Dear students of class 10A and 10B, welcome to my class. Today's teaching, already I have completed teaching of Quit India movement. This lesson is very short lesson, but still I would like to analyze certain points for your better understanding. I would like to analyze certain points for your better understanding. The Quit India movement. What are the factors led to the growth of the Quit India movement? Quit India movement. Factors led to the growth of Quit India movement. Number one factor, the Congress ministers resigned from the ministry in the year 1939 in the month October. October 1939, the Congress ministers resigned from the ministry. Why? Because of a decision taken by Viceroy without consulting Congress ministers. What decision? Viceroy suddenly declared it that during Second World War, India was at war with Germany. Since Congress leaders were there who were supposed to be consulted, but Viceroy did not give them importance. That's why they felt insulted and resigned from the ministry. This is one of the most important cause. The Congress leaders became upset and decided to do something against the British government. And second point, another one, failure of Cripps mission. Failure of Cripps mission or Cripps proposal. Sir Stafford Cripps came to India. Why? Because of Prime Minister Winston Churchill. It was decided by Woodrow Wilson, the President of America, that at the end of the Second World War, the countries which had the British control were there, the countries which were under British control and not got independence, these countries would be independent at the end of the Second World War. So Winston Churchill realized that it was the right time to send one person by accepting their former demand dominion status. That's why Cripps mission came to India, and in order to break the deadlock of the Congress leaders. But Cripps mission could not fulfill the need and expectations of the Indian Congress leaders, because Cripps mission wanted to grant their former demand dominion status. But under the changing political scene, under the changing political platform, Congress leaders did not want to take the dominion status, but they strongly demanded complete independence or Purna Swaraj. But Cripps mission did not assure Indian leaders, did not give any assurance to Indian leaders that in the long run the complete independence or Purna Swaraj would be granted and the power would be shifted to the Indians. That's why Cripps mission got back empty-handed, and Gandhiji referred to Cripps mission as a post-dated check in a failing bank. Cripps mission was a post-dated check in a failing bank. And afterwards, Cripps mission got back. But another that is very important, that was Quit India resolution. In the year 1942, Congress Working Committee took a resolution at Wardha in the year 1942. The resolution, whatever was taken at Wardha, this resolution was known as Quit India resolution. What is Quit India resolution? Gandhiji gave a new call, do or die, in the Quit India resolution, that their only demand would be complete independence, means Purna Swaraj instead of dominion status, and that would be their last movement against the British. Either they would sacrifice their life or they would make the country free from British control. That's why they took an oath to realize, to reach their mission of making the country free from the bondage of the British rule in India. That's why, my dear students, the Quit India movement started under the leadership of Gandhiji. Quit India under the resolution. The Quit India movement became a movement of the common people all from all parts of India, whether they were Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Parsis, and Bouddhas, and all from all group of people, even from princely states, also participated in the Quit India movement. So this movement became a movement of the people, a mass movement. So British adopted a policy of repression. A number of people, especially Congress leaders and common people, also were arrested, and the brutality reached beyond expectation. The British police became very much unsympathetic. They behaved like beasts, like wild beasts, and the people of India, they started killing the British officers. But Gandhiji's movement was based on non-violent method of satyagraha. That's why the people of Gandhi, the followers of Gandhiji, they remain peaceful. They did not participate in the anti-British movement by killing British officials, but became loyal to Mahatma Gandhi and started the technique and method of non-violent method of satyagraha. Afterwards, the people of India, they realized that it was the right time to awaken the whole nation, the nation which was under the curse of inhuman practice which had been practicing by the Britishers. It was the right time to force them to quit. And right that moment, Japan invaded India during Second World War. When Japan invaded India, Japan attacked Myanmar. Japan attacked Myanmar, and then Japan invaded India. Japan threatened that she would invade India. Why? Because British government was there. Either British would leave the country or Japan would invade India. The Congress leaders, along with the Congress leaders, especially Mahatma Gandhi made the matter clear to the British that either they would leave India or either they would leave India or they would increase the temperament of their movement Quit India, because the British government, the Japanese government, Japan threatened Indian government. Japan threatened India that she would invade our country since Britishers were there. So it would be better to quit. But the British, they had no intention to quit. They had no intention to cede power to the Indians. But the time when Japanese threatening was there, Gandhiji strongly encouraged the people of India and the Congress workers to continue the movement against the British government. But ultimately, the British realized that it was not possible to them to continue to make them agree to take the dominion status. So the British decided to crush the movement. In the year 1942, the movement was ended. The British crushed the movement. Although the movement was crushed, but yet the people of India, they kept on non-cooperating. They kept on struggling, and in the same way, they all were imprisoned. The Britishers were forced to release them from jail, but still there was none to lead any movement, since most of the major leaders were there in the jail, including Mahatma Gandhi. That's why there was none to lead any movement. Quit India movement was crushed but by the British, but no further movement was started. But Quit India movement left a good impression among the Indian people. That impression also helped them to be sympathetic towards the country and to be patriot for the cause of country's freedom. And they also this movement also taught a good lesson to the people of India, that achievement would come, success would come only when the people would be united against the British. And ultimately the people got themselves united. The Britishers realized that the Britishers, it was clear, it made clear, and British also find it, made it clear that, and British find it it no longer be possible to them to rule India against the wishes, against the wills of the Indian people. That's why it should be better for them to bet. It is better for them to quit. And ultimately, they decided to conduct a meeting in London, and decided to shift power. And next, how did the British decide? How did the British shifted power to the Indians, and what commission was appointed, and how were the deadlocks also were broken by the British? Next time we shall discuss in full form and introduce another lesson. Before introducing another lesson, I shall give you some homeworks. You please open, you see your Tenno and find it out and write the answer in your homework copies. Thank you, my dear students.